Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cabbage Patch Soap. My name is Laura, and today we will be making a Let It Snow soap. It's going to be a wintry soap with snowflakes made out of soap dough. And we will also be making a super rich and moisturizing type soap. It's going to be made with 3 different butters: shea butter, cocoa butter, and mango butter. It's an excellent soap for just washing your hands. If you have dry skin, it feels really nice on the skin. It's also really good for shaving. So we'll be making that. And we will also be making, or excuse me, cutting the soap that we made on Thursday. So let me just get this all set up. And let me get my gloves on. I also need to grab the mold for the snow soap. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Mine was pretty good. Alrighty. Just going to grab this mold now. We need the mold for the snow soap because I left it on the shelf. So here it is. Okay. All right. Here's the mold we're going to use. I'm just going to set that aside. Okay. I'm just going to pull this soap down. This was one of our layer designs. And I used like a turquoisey teal kind of a color and like a blue green. We layered it with gold in between. Hi, Stacy. Welcome. So here's that soap. We also have the individual bars to pull out. So here's this one. We're just going to take this out of the mold. And let's see, I might need to adjust the camera because it's kind of far back. Okay, that's better. All right. Let's go ahead and pop this out. I should just take 1 second here. There, try not to damage the sides too much. It is a little bit soft. It's firm, but you know. Okay, so here is that teal color. Here's that. So we will line this up on the soap cutter. And we'll make these into bars and we will check it out and see how it looks. I'm just going to replace this. This smells really, really good. We scented this with Foxy Lady, which has a very elegant floral type scent. It's got a lot of like jasmine in it, a little bit of rose, a little bit of vanilla. Okay. Let me just make sure this lines up properly. It's kind of hard to tell just looking at it. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. All right, let's see how this turned out. Here we go. That's not too bad. Okay, so we got the teal, and it gets slightly lighter as it goes up. And then here's the top, and the gold. You can see the gold layer. Hi, Wanda. Welcome. It's good to have you along. Here's another one of that teal. And hopefully this is showing up properly on the screen. I know that my camera sometimes does not like to pick up certain colors. But in real life, this is like a teal that kind of fades up to almost like a light sea green kind of a color. It's really pretty. There we go. And then here are the end pieces. So this will be nice. So we've got, let's see, what did we make? Did we make 4 of these? I think we did. We did the purple, a purple, pink, blue, and then this teal green color. So we have like a really nice set. Get rid of this little piece of soap here. See what you guys are saying. Pretty colors. Thank you. Layers are a little bit angled and not just straight across. Yeah, sometimes they come out perfectly straight, but I like them to look. I mean, I like straight layers, but I also like it when they come out like this because I feel like it doesn't look manufactured. I guess is the best way to put it. Looks like it was actually somebody actually made this. So I'm just gonna put these on the shelf real quick. Okay. And these will start curing. Yeah. Yeah, this was a good I think I'm glad I did this the teal that was a little bit more green because I'm setting this up next to the blue and it looks very like distinct colors. I think if I had gone with a more um blue shade of teal, it would have looked like two different blues instead of it being very clearly a different color. I'm thinking, what do you guys think? Should we do them as like when I put it in the shop? Do you think it'd be cool to do them as like a set or as individuals? Like a set of 4 bars, one of each color. Kind of think it'd be fun to do them as a set. A sunset one, yeah, Stacy. Um, I definitely want to do a sunset. I like doing sunsets. We did the sunset kind of like a yeah. I mean, it wasn't well. I guess it was more of a sunrise, but we did that with the what is it called, the hot air balloon. We did that. But I do want to do a sunset. I think it'd be really really pretty. Sunsets are kind of tricky because they're all different colors. They could be literally any color, and it would still be correct for a sunset. So I like your ideas of doing like I think you mentioned doing like orange shades of orange to like yellow or gold or red or something. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, I'm just gonna clean this off. Okay. Let's see. Somewhere we want to set and where some may not. The pink won't go in your kitchen at all. Yeah, I get that. Hi Barb, welcome. Gonna go ahead and close this. I'm gonna put this back on the shelf real quick so it's out of the way. And then we will get started on that next soap, the snowy one with snow on top. There's some bits of soap crumbs. I will get these up and wipe the table down. Don't want this soap getting mixed in with what we're making. Been raiding all day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you, Stacey. You guys make sure that you post your channels if you have channels so that we can go and support you. Or if you have social media instead, like if you have Instagram or whatever, go ahead and link those or ask Stacy. She can link them too. And oh, I almost forgot the individual bars. Let me pop these out. So here is that teal one. We got the dark teal on the bottom. Get this out of here. And then the different shades of teal on the side, and then we got that pretty swirl on top. And I think this blue is firm enough now we can safely pull it out. It's a little bit shorter. There we go. So we got all that gold off the bottom there with the blues and then the swirl on top and all the little bits that hang over the edge. There we go. There we go. So that's how those turned out. You love that teal? I know. I love teal. I'm finding though that the more I make soap, the more colors I discover that I like. Originally, I would say there was, one or two colors I really liked, and the more I make soap, the more I'm discovering that colors can be really, really pretty depending on what you do with them. So, um, I guess it's broadening my appreciation for different colors. Okay. See what you guys are saying here. Beautiful colors. Thank you, Barb. Okay. I'm going to set this down because we'll probably use this to put the extra soap batter in um, for the snowflake soap. So here's the little snowflakes that I made. They are in here. And these are made out of soap dough, so we'll be putting these on top of the soap. I've got 3 large ones and then a bunch of medium-sized ones. I have a cutout for the small ones, but they were getting stuck in the cutout and I just didn't want to spend hours fighting that and risk wasting all the soap dough. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Oh, yeah, Stacy. Yeah, it's hard when it rains. It's like I know what you mean. It's better. It's more relaxing to watch the rain go down the window than it is to actually do work. That's for sure. All right, so I got it because I remembered I wanted to do something with the top of these snowflakes real quick. Let's see, where did I put it? Okay, here we go. I think I found it. Yes. Yes, this is it. Okay, so I wanted to add something kind of special to the top of these snowflakes. And I need my little brush. Where did I put it? Just looking for my little paintbrush. Oh, maybe I put it in here. I meant to have this done earlier. You know, I don't even. Actually, I think it'd be better if I didn't use a brush because it won't. I don't know if it'll stick like I want it to. So let's not use the paintbrush. Okay. Okay. So what I wanted to do was use these like super sparkles nurture soap. It's just like a really sparkly kind of some type of mica. I'm just going to stick my finger in like this and kind of press it in the top. And that's just going to make these snowflakes sparkle a little bit. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but I don't want to, like, see how that one's sparkling now and the other one isn't. So rather than adding a ton of glitter and stuff to the soap, I thought it'd be cute just to put it on top of these little snowflakes. I almost left them plain because they look like sugar cookies, but I mean, it's snow, so it's got to be sparkly. And the soap dough will start to set up. So once we're done with this, I'll wrap them back up and we'll make the soap and set them on top. And it's going to be really cute. There we go. Seeing what you're saying here. Oh, you guys are talking about arguing over who's the oldest. Okay, I'm almost done. Just got these last two. And then we can start mixing the oils and everything. I tried to let everything cool down. The fragrance I chose for this, I don't know if it's going to accelerate or not. I don't remember from when I used it. And looking at the design I made, if it accelerated, I wouldn't have been able to make the design. So I don't think it will. Okay, just doing touch-ups, any spots I missed. Yeah, looks good so far, I think. Just getting the outer edges here. A couple of these, the glitter didn't stick to the edges. Okay, there we go. All right, so, and this is called Super Sparkles Mica, and it's really, really shiny. So you can see it's like a silvery, shiny, almost like glitter, but it's not glitter. All right, so we'll go ahead and wrap these back up. And that should keep them relatively safe while we do this. Let me just clean this off here. You like mica? You like the mica? Yeah. Yeah, I love the sparkly micas. I am definitely the type of person who wants sparkly stuff on my soap. But I know not everybody's a big fan, so I try not to overdo it. Okay, I'm going to get my face shield on real quick. So let me just take the headset off. So here are the oils. Yeah, they've cooled down. That's good. And this batch is gonna have some aloe in it because I messed up. And I put aloe in this. And then we are going to be using this Klein blue. We used it recently. It's a very nice true blue, and I want to use it mixed with a little bit of white to give like a wintry blue kind of color. And we're going to be using this called Sun Ripened Raspberries. Even though this seems like kind of a weird choice, it has a very how do I describe it? Like there's a bite to it, to this fragrance. Um, Kind of like it's like a tartness almost, and I feel like that really captures like the cold bite of the like cold winter snow. And then the raspberries, they do smell good. I wanted something that smelled nice, and I wanted to avoid like a perfumey scent. I find that most of the snowy scents are either really heavily vanilla or really heavily like perfumey smelling, and I wanted to avoid the perfumey smelling. And I didn't want to do a vanilla one this time because this is going to be a very white and blue soap, and vanilla tends to turn soaps like a tan or a brown color over time. And I didn't want this white and blue soap to turn tan, so that's why I chose this one. Hi, Patty, welcome. The soap turned out great. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. So let me go ahead and, oh yeah, I'm gonna use this to do like a swirl on the inside. So hopefully we'll end up with like a blue and white wintry swirl. And here's the mold. I'm just gonna make sure this got bent out of shape, so I'm just gonna make sure it'll still fit in there. Okay, it fits, but it's a little bit, this got all wonky. There we go. There, that's better. Okay, so we'll use that. And let's see, this to scrape up the little snowflakes to put on top. And then of course we're using this titanium dioxide that I've mixed in oil already. And of course the colors, everything can be found at Nurture Soap if you guys want this stuff. And of course I got my affiliate link down below. Doesn't cost you anything extra to use it. Um, it just helps me out. So okay, I think what I'm going to do to start, because I don't want any like bold blue colors in this, or do I? No, you know what? Let's do that, because that way we'll have a nice contrast. Okay, so let me set this aside. I was going to make everything white and then add the blue, but I think I'll do it the other way around and have a nice contrast. Okay. I think it'll make it have like a colder feel too, which will be good. And my stick blender. And then if you guys came in late and didn't hear, yes, contrast. Yeah, I agree. We're going to be doing a second soap after this one. It's going to be the Three Butters Super Duper Moisturizing type recipe. Okay, let me just mix this up a little bit. And that, of course, had the sea salts already dissolved in it and the aloe vera. Okay. This is feeling a little bit thicker. So either everything was a little bit too cold or this is moving faster than I thought it would, but that is fine either way. I'm just going to pour off a little bit of this for the blue, because I've just learned that I always need less than I think I will for this type of swirl. So I'm going to put in a little bit of blue here. Let me just sprinkle that in. Oh, I forgot to grab my whisk and stuff. Let me see. 1 second. Okay, here's the whisk. Let me get the spatulas. I'll get two because, yeah. I'll get the other whisk too, might as well. Okay, so here's these spatulas, my whisks, and we'll just whisk this in really quick. I want to see how bold this blue is before I start adding more to it. Okay, that clearly needs more. Lost power several times today. Oh no. That's not good. Hopefully everything comes back on and behaves itself. Okay, that's better. That's more like what I wanted. Okay. Okay, and in this one, I want this white. You could have taken a nap. Yep, that's true. We're going to put quite a bit of white in here. Going to mix this up. I'm going to try to keep up with chat, guys, but once I start mixing all this in and it starts moving, gotta be careful. Okay, I think this could stand to have a little more white. I'm just worried about making it too soft with too much olive oil. So we'll put a little more. It will lighten the creaminess of the soap, like the creamy color will lighten as the soap cures. So it won't be quite this like creamy color, like yellowy. But there we go. That's good enough. Okay. Oh, I do need to mix in the fragrance, but I want to scrape the sides down and stuff first. Get all the, see how the yellowy kind of tinge soap when it's not mixed with any color. So I'm just scraping that down so that I don't get stripes of cream color in this soap. Okay. I'm going to add the fragrance. I'm going to add most of it to this and a little bit to the blue, but most here because, yeah. Let me mix that in real quick. Okay, and then we'll mix this in. Okay. Okay. I don't want to overmix it just in case it starts to move. Okay, now I'm going to scrape all this off. And I want to get as much of this off as I can because I have to use this to mix the next batch of soap. So I got to get it as clean as possible. Before the soap starts to solidify. Oops. There we go. Okay, I'm going to use, I normally have my soaping towels, but I've only got one right here. So I'm going to grab a couple paper towels real quick to wipe this off. Okay. Be funny if you guys were next door neighbors all this time and just never knew. Alrighty. Whoops, got this mostly clean. Okay. Let's get the last tiny bit off of here. Okay. I think that's clean enough. We'll set this aside for the next batch. Okay, that's getting thick fast. So let me pour this in here quickly. We're going to do some like that, and then I'm going to pour in some of this blue. It's a little bit on the thick side, but it's still fine for swirling. And pour a little bit more, and then some more of the blue. Okay. All right, then some more of this white. And we're going to wait and see how full this is. Okay, perfect. And then I'm just going to take this and I'm going to stick it down in here and bring it up again. And we're going to do a quick swirl. All right. Get all the soap out of this. And set that aside. Get all the soap off my hands. And what we'll do here is I'm going to level it out, and then I'll put some more of this blue on top because I want there to be a little bit of contrast between the top of the soap and the snowflakes. Okay. So some more of that blue. And then I'm going to get my chopstick, which is, did I put it away? Oh, and I found my paintbrush, which I no longer need. Okay. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is take this and kind of spread it around a little bit first. There we go. And we're just going to kind of swirl this to get that blue spread out so that the top of the soap isn't just plain white. And I'm going to put these lines here so I remember which way I want to cut it. And then let me grab, how do I want to do this? I think I'm just going to scrape up the sides a little bit so there's not all this overhang. There we go. That way I can better see what I'm doing. And when I lay the snowflakes down, I'll know what I'm doing. Oh, you know what? I should do one more thing while I'm thinking about it. Let me put the rest of this in one of these. We'll put it in here since the soap in here before was blue. Let's get all the soap off this. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just put the blue in, and then I can put the white over the top. Okay, there we go. And then just kind of get that up to one side, and the white. Oh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Let me turn that around. Out of frame. Okay. So once this is all in here, I'll go ahead and set the snowflakes on top of the main soap. Okay, that looks pretty good. I don't think I can get any more out of there. Okay. All right, so those are set aside. I'm just going to tap this out a little bit, get it to kind of, okay, I'll get this off of here, clean the sides up a little bit, and I'll go ahead and swirl this. There, that helped it level out also. Better stop fussing with that. All right, so that's taken care of. Set that aside. That blue is pretty, Wanda. Yeah, thank you. I really do like this one. Francis's channel, yep. Thank you for linking that. What is this scent? This scent is actually a raspberry. It's a very tart raspberry, which is why I chose it. We're going to be putting snowflakes on top, and I wanted something that had like that crispness that you would get in cold air. And raspberry is actually, this raspberry scent anyway, has that weird like crisp, I don't know, crispy kind of a scent to it. I don't know if I'm describing it correctly. And this is what I did with snowflakes. I covered them in, I don't know if you can see that. It's got like a silvery, sparkly mica so that they'll be pretty and sparkly. Because I have to restrain myself and not make the entire soap just glitter. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to get these big snowflakes on a diagonal. And then we will fit the other snowflakes around it. I don't know how many I will be able to fit on here, but my hope is that we can get on several so that there can be lots of snowflakes on this bar. And this is going to be a tight fit. I wanted to make them smaller, but my smaller snowflake cutout it was getting, like, the soap was getting stuck to it and it wouldn't release, and I was just getting damaged snowflakes, and I just decided we'll just make them medium size and large size. Okay, so this barely fits, just barely. All right, and then it's a little more centered here. Then we will take the best of these and set them in the opposite corners. And this soap batter is just soft enough. Let's see here. One more good one. This one looks really nice. They almost look like sugar cookies, so I almost didn't put any glitter on them, but then I thought, nah, it's snow. It needs to be sparkly like snow. I'm just gonna push this one down a little more. There we go. Okay. Okay, so that is how little snowflakes turned out. You see how they sparkle, and I think the sparkling will help them show up against the non-sparkling background, which is good. And then the remainder of these snowflakes, let's see how many we can get to fit on the individual bar. And these are made out of soap dough. So if you've never seen them before, it's basically just a, let me see what you're saying here. Thinking cookies, yeah. You love this one, Wanda? Yeah, this is fun. I love using soap dough. Soap dough is like, it's kind of like soap that you make it a certain way and you store it a certain way so that it doesn't get dried out. And it's like Play-Doh, and you can just do what I'm doing here and make it into little shapes and force it into soap molds. I think if we cut these, maybe I can get them to fit. Let's see. Because I'd rather like trim them and put them up against the edge than not use them. Because now that I've put like glitter and stuff on them, I don't want to mix it with the batch. There we go. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's see how much of this we need to trim off. Oh, wait, I need to trim this one. Ahaha. If I turn it just a tiny bit and push it. There, perfect. Barely fit in there. Got a snowy one. In fact, this little tiny trimmed off bit, I bet we can get it to fit down here. Ha, look at that. Perfect. There, so even the snowflakes we couldn't fit, we're able to fit on here. So those are going to be set aside. We'll stick those in the oven. I'm going to save this end here for this empty one on the corner for the next soap bar. Actually, no, we won't have any left over because we're going to be using a different mold. Ha, almost forgot. Okay, so let me get rid of this and clean this off. These are nice. They come clean pretty easy. You just wipe them off. And you can make soap dough however you want. You can make it with or without a fragrance. Most of the time, my soap dough does not have a fragrance because I want to be able to put it on whatever soap and not have to worry about the fragrance clashing. You love the snowflakes, Barb? Thank you. Snowflakes are a lot of fun. Whatever I have cutouts for, it's kind of fun just to make and see how everything's going to turn out. So, all right, so I'm gonna have to shuffle some stuff around here real quick. I got to get a new set of gloves because the ones I was wearing have blue and stuff all over them from this soap. Let me get rid of this. I'm going to set this off to the side. Hopefully it'll be safe over there. I've got a couple spatulas. This one's got gold on it from the table. This is the blue that we just used, so I'm going to make sure that's sealed up. Piece of soap dough that escaped. And I'm going to start moving stuff over that is supposed to be for this recipe. So first I've got the oils. Now this is 3 butter soap, so it's vegan. It's made with 3 different butters. I have cocoa butter, shea butter, and mango butter. And they are mixed in here. And I believe, yes, they're nice and cool. And in the lye water as well, just like with the other soap, I put a lid on it so nothing could get, nothing would mess with it. And that lye water, of course, is the usual, the dissolved sea salt, some sugar, but I also added aloe vera to this. Yes, mango butter. Oh, we've got a bot. Thank you, Stacy. That'll teach them. Yeah, that's why I have slow mode set to like 5 seconds, because otherwise the chat would be one solid wall of that, because they will spam like faster than you can click on them. So reported that one. Thank you. Yep, they will be banned in no time. Sometimes YouTube will actually respond and tell me that they banned whoever it was that I reported. I was like, oh, that's good to know, I guess. Okay, so we have this, and we are going to be using the column mold for this. And the reason is because I felt like it, but also because this recipe is, of course, again, I'm going to preface this by saying I cannot say anything about my soap other than it will get you clean. I can't make any kind of claims or whatever, but I can say that most people find mango butter, cocoa butter, and shea butter are very like rich and creamy and moisturizing. This also has almond oil in it, which a lot of people like, and it's very, yeah. Look at that mold, Wanda. Don't pour resin in this. Be like, Patty, no, we don't need the bots unblocked. That's the last thing we need. Um, yeah, this is the mold that Stacy got for me. So it's an awesome mold. So that means we have to use one of the little pull through tools, and I want to use that blue one that we were looking at last time. Just a second here. Oh, and I gotta get the little stick, the rod for it. Here it is. Okay. Here's the rod. This is really clever how this works. You know, I wonder. Smells very nice with it's almond oil, and then cocoa butter, shea butter, and mango butter. Although almond butter would probably be good for exfoliation. Okay, I want to use this blue one because I don't remember if we've used it before, but I think it'll give kind of a neat looking design possibly. Oh, I need the little connections. And if you haven't seen me use this before, the way this works is kind of interesting. What you do is you put this disc, you connect it to this rod, and then you put it inside the mold. You pour all your colors and whatnot in the mold, and sorry, I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any pieces. Anyhow, you pour everything in the mold, and then you pull it straight out. And when you pull it out, it drags all the colors up with it. And where is the hole it's supposed to connect to? Oh, maybe this one goes in the middle. Ah, this one goes in the middle. Okay. Normally they hook up to like the side, and this one does not. This one hooks up to the middle. Okay. Anyhow, sorry for the distractions. Trying not to screw this up. The pieces obviously they're very very tiny. Those are the little pieces of hardware. So I'm trying to do this with gloves and not lose any pieces. So I apologize. Um, Anywho, you pull this straight up, and it like I don't know, it kind of mixes the colors. I guess if I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly, but it makes like a neat design. I bet, I bet you could do this with resin. Um, Put like different layers of resin and then pull this through and get like a really cool design. I think the only danger would be that this is like plastic. It's not what is that stuff called? It's not silicone, so it would stick to it. So you'd have to figure something out to make sure. I'm just tightening all these bolts. This leaves a little gap on the bottom. Considering, I don't know. I don't know. I was thinking of making that shorter, but I also don't want to risk losing it. Okay, so here's how it looks. It's going to be down there. We're going to pour alternating like colors, and then we'll pull this out, and it should leave a really cool design in the soap. You've never seen this work, Barb? It's really cool. Like a Mandela pattern, yeah. You finally watched the kittens. The orange one is so cute. Are you talking about the kitten channel? Could use clay to press in a mold and silicone, but then the silicone would be flimsy. Yeah, you can get silicone that like stiffer, but I don't know how to do any of that. Or you could coat one of these. You could get one where the pattern wasn't so intricate, like this one, and coat it in like a thin layer of silicone. That would work, especially if the like if the lines were thinner. Okay, I'm gonna put these back so you don't get lost. Let me see here. Yeah, or a mold release. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Although the way this works is you pull it out. Would the mold release come off as it slipped through the resin? I don't know. I'm going to also hit the camera by accident, so I hope I don't cause anybody seasickness. All right, so the fragrance for this one is called Botanical Bliss. This one's by Nurture Soap. It's not supposed to accelerate or discolor. And this one has a very clean, let's see, how do I describe this? It's very clean, very herby, like herbal, um, but not super green smelling. It just smells. This smells really really good. It's hmm, similar to the aromatherapy, but not as like bright smelling, I think. Anyway, so I'm going to use that, and then let's see. Oh, and this I still have to mix it in. I didn't want it in both sides. Where did it go? I just dropped something. Okay, I'm going to be adding some kaolin clay, but I didn't want it in both sides. I just want it in the side that's going to be white. So I have that off to the side. And then this is Proud Peacock. It's a very pretty teal color, but it's different. It's more blue and less green than the teal we just used. So what I'm going to do is do these two colors, and we're going to kind of alternate them a little at a time in the mold, and we'll see what kind of a pattern we come up with. Stuff in the air like you can smell it. I have done the same thing. Have no fear. In fact, let's look up really quick what it says it's supposed to smell like. Just a second here. Usually, well, when I think of it, I have it pulled up, but let's see what it actually says about this because, yeah, it's a clean and fresh herbal scent. Yep. Um, Light notes of florals. It is a spa-like scent. Yeah, like the aromatherapy one. Yep. And let's see. Okay, so um, the florals in this though are not. They are not strong. This is not like a really bold, overpowering floral at all. They're really like very polite florals. They're kind of in the background. They're there, but they're not. They're not in like they're not taking over the fragrance like some florals do. Let's see here. Just reading what you guys are saying. Oh, spa, that's nice. Yeah, it's like a spa scent, kind of like the aromatherapy one that I did for the. I think I put aromatherapy in that haunted cauldron, the square cauldron one. Okay, so let's before I ramble on and on, let's go ahead and mix this real quick. I've got here's the white. But I think instead of well, I'll add a little bit of white, but I'm gonna add kaolin clay too. So um, okay, and this has the aloe vera juice in it, and let's get this. Here we go. My stick blender. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this, and we will add the fragrance. I know it says it doesn't accelerate, but I'm gonna play it safe and probably whisk it in. I don't know. And this one, because of all the butters, it moves a little bit faster than my normal recipe. So I'm barely gonna mix this because I know, like this is kind of risky. This tower mold, this column mold that we're doing. Okay, I want roughly half and half. That's way way off. Although actually, maybe I don't. Maybe you know what? Let's do a little bit. Well, no, well. No, let's do half and half because I don't want to. I don't want to risk messing up the design. I was thinking I could do like a little bit so that it'd be like a white soap with a little bit of teal, but then I realized that that was a terrible idea. Okay, let's let's mix the teal first. We'll get that going. Oh no, Zooey took over your laptop. Well, clearly it's his. All right, so there's that teal. I'm going to just carefully mix this in, and then we will see how bold it gets, and then we'll add a little bit. We'll probably need to add more. Well, actually, maybe not. I am going to add a little more because this teal is supposed to be more of like a blue tinted teal, and it's coming up a little bit green because of all the oils. Like it has olive oil and stuff in it. That whoa, whoops, my mixing spoon. I dropped my mixing spoon in there. Okay. I guess I should just use the not mixing spoon, the measuring spoon. I should have just used the measuring spoon to pull it out of the container to begin with, but oh well, that's better. Okay, it's a much better color. Okay, this is starting to get a little thick, so I'm going to stop there. I'm going to add the white to this side, so a little bit of white. Okay, let's see how that looks. A little bit more. Okay, and then we will also add some kaolin clay. Now the kaolin clay likes to thicken things up, so I've got to be really careful. We're only going to add the kaolin clay to the white side, and I'm going to I should add this when I add the fragrance at kind of the same time, so that I can mix them together. Let me grab, just to be on the safe side, let me see if I have another whisk. I do. Let me use that instead of the stick blender, because I don't think I need the stick blender now. Let's get this kind of. The kaolin clay adds a really nice like slip to the soap. It feels really nice on the skin. A lot of people like it for various reasons. But the reason I wanted to do this in the round mold is because this would make a really good shaving soap. And I feel like shaving soaps are a little bit easier to use if they are round. But this is excellent for. This is my favorite soap to use for shaving. Oh no, he changed you to incognito. Wow, he's really getting good at the computer. You have to get him some computer classes. Okay. Okay, yeah, this smells nice. I don't want this to smell super, super strong, but I want it to smell, nice. And they said that this fragrance is a good one to use with kaolin clay because the kaolin clay helps to anchor the fragrance. So we shall see. Okay, now we want the soap to be relatively runny when we pour this. And okay, so everything on this end looks good. We got the fragrance in, we got the colors in. Okay, so now comes the tricky part. I cannot move this camera. It is as high as it will go. It won't go any higher. So I have to pour this slightly off center. So I'm going to try to get this all in frame for you, but I cannot promise, especially since this one has to be pulled up through the middle. When they're on the side, I can clip this off to the side and forget about it, but I'm going to have to hold this. So here we go. Well, let's hope for the best. Let me just get these whisks out of here. Okay, let's start with some of the white. Okay, hold this up. Okay, get my finger out of the way, I hope. I'm going to pour a little bit of the white to kind of, it's going to cover, there we go. Kind of cover the bottom a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to pour in some of this teal, like that. And then we're just going to alternate. And the cool thing about this, like usual anyway with my soaps, but we're not going to see how this is going to look until we cut it. Whoops, we will not know what kind of a design we have, which makes this a lot of fun. If I have a fragrance that I'm more familiar with, and if I know it's going to behave really well, and I'm not using a like a heavier recipe like this that I know is gonna, because this recipe will definitely, it definitely gets thick quickly because of all the butters. But if I have a thinner type recipe, like maybe, what do you call them? Like a Castile or something, I can get like 4 or 5 colors into little bottles and pour it straight down the center, and we can make some really, really cool, really cool designs. I just dumped this by accident. Yeah, this is really tricky to do. Just a second. All right, spilled a little bit, but we'll be fine. All right, so this is starting to hold itself up. I don't think I need to put my finger on it anymore. And we're going to kind of come down here on the side. The white is starting to really thicken because of that clay. So I got to hurry. Let me grab this spatula and it starts pushing it out. There we go. And then the teal. And then some of the white. Okay, I'm going to put the teal. I'm going to try to add some to this side because I feel like it's going to kind of appear like it's all on one side, and I don't want that. All right, and then some more. Almost done with the white here. Okay, some more of this teal. There's going to be a lot of the teal there. That's fine though. And some more of this white. Okay, there we go. Got all the white in there. This smells really good. Okay, and now put the rest of this teal. Sorry, not trying to bump the camera. All right, now here's how this works, how the design is made. So we got that thing, that little disc down at the bottom. We have to pull it up through the middle. I'm going to try to hold it up straight like that. And I'm going to try to move. Wait a second, got a little bit more of this white here. I'm just wiping down the sides real quick. Okay, don't do this without gloves. But I want to get all that soap batter down there. Okay, and then I'm going to pull it straight up, slowly. Try not to hit my camera. I'm going to have to move this because it's hitting the camera. Just a second. Okay, now see how it pulled out? So there is the little disc. I'm just going to scrape this down so that we don't waste any of the soap batter. And the design is on the inside somewhere. I do not know what the design is going to look like at all. If this was too thick, it may not have much of a design, but we shall see. Because this is kind of a intricate disc. The pattern on this disc is really kind of intricate for what we were doing. For the thick batter that I was using. Okay, I'm just making sure all this is scraped down in there. Yeah, gonna gently tap it. I want to release any air bubbles, and actually I'm hoping to get the rest of this batter down there, off the sides. There we go. Okay. All right, there we go. That looks pretty good. I also don't want this to leak, but it doesn't look like it's leaking, so that's good. That's a good sign. All right, so this looks fine. That looks good. I cannot wait to see how this looks when we cut it. It's gonna be pretty interesting. One of the nice things about this mold is with the recipe size that I make, I don't really have, it doesn't quite fill it all the way, so I don't have like extra, so I don't have to make little sidebars or anything like that. So that's good. Let's see here. Do I know what the design rings are called? I don't remember. I get them off of Etsy. They're usually called like pull through discs, something like that. Oh, you found them? Okay, good. Yeah, what are they called? I only went looking for them once I found these four and I liked them, and so I didn't have to keep shopping. There's one more I want to get eventually. It looks like bubbles. It's got like, I don't know, a couple of, I don't remember how many, but it had like, 3 or 4 kind of bigger size bubbles in like a random placement, and then it had like smaller ones around it, and it was really cute. And I always thought that would be really funny for a bar soap because, it's bubbles. Yeah, the mold is deep, yeah, so you'd have to be poured in sections, yeah, probably. Yeah, the bubbles were cute. I don't remember why I didn't get it. Probably just because I was trying not to spend a fortune. But I may go back and get it someday if you guys end up liking these. But yeah, I'm getting all the soap off of the outside here. And this is kind of the only downside to this is it's hard to put it in the oven and do the whole C-pop in the oven. But I think if I put the rack on the lowest level, it fits. I'm always just worried it's going to fall over. What I've done in the past is put it like on a metal tray and then put my other soap molds around it so it couldn't fall. Another option is using like a pot of rice, of uncooked rice, and sitting it down inside the rice so that the rice kind of supports it. You think bubbles would be really fun? I'll have to get it sometime then. Yeah, it would take a ton of resin. It's a huge mold. This is a pound of oil, and also about a pound of oil and about, I don't know, 7 ounces or so of like water and aloe juice and everything else, and then about another ounce or so of fragrance. So you're looking at maybe um, almost about almost a pound and a half of liquid, and it's only 3/4 of the way full. So if you were to fill that with resin, that'd be massive. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it, Barb. I want to go ahead and get these in the oven while I still can. I have made up a couple extra batches of this super moisturizing um, three butters because I want to make more. I think this is a good time of year for it anyway. So we'll probably be making the next few designs with this recipe, and so you can look forward to that on Thursday. And then I will just be deciding on maybe we could try the sunset with this. We might be able to get like a sunset pattern of some kind. Stacy, did you want like a sunset with like the layers like we've been doing with the gold in between, or another color in between, or did you want like um did you want just the colors like kind of like a gradient going up? Your skin is so dry right now. Yeah, it's getting as it gets colder. It it seems like it affects us more and more. But this soap, once it cures, this soap is really nice. You can feel the like the butters and stuff on your skin after you wash with it. It's really nice. Layered sunset, those colors that go well in your front bathroom. That is reds, oranges, and yellows. Okay. So maybe we could do like a red and then like a dark orange, a light orange, and then a yellow, and then do gold in between. Yeah, Barb. Yeah, like you're saying with the gold layers. Let me write it down so I know which colors. Let me see here. With gold layers. Gold. Okay, we'll do that. Let's do that on Thursday. You like that buddy butter? It lasts a long time. You only need like a tiny bit. And I always forget I used to make big jars of it, but then I realized you'll never use it up. It takes forever. You'll text me a picture, Stacy? Okay. We'll see what that picture looks like. See how close I can get it. Well, I need to go clean up the soap I spilled. It's just a little bit, but someone's bound to find it by stepping in it. So I'll go do that. You send me the picture, and I have the body butter. I went ahead and relisted it on my site. So if you go to my Etsy page, um, or if you go to cabbagepatchsoap.com, it directs you to the page. And I have my body butter on there now. Just if it's warm where you're living, there's a chance that the butter might melt in the mail. Um, and it'll still work just fine. If that happens, if it arrives melted, just put it in the fridge for a few hours, and when it's firm you can use it. The texture will just be slightly different, that's all, and it'll kind of deflate a little bit because it's whipped. So it's kind of like whipped cream, so you whip in the air, so it gives it a really really nice texture. So just watch out for that. If the mail carrier doesn't handle it properly, it can get too warm, like if they leave the package in the sun or something. Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, it should be fine. It's getting cooler now in most places, so it should be safe to send. Yeah, thank you, Wanda. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. This was great. A lot of fun. I'm glad you guys liked the column mold. We will be back on Thursday to see how this turned out. Um, and then we'll make that sunset, the orange and red sunset. So I'll see you guys soon. Have a great night.